Have you ever found yourself wondering what the cutting edge looks like for mental health care, particularly, when the traditional approaches just don't seem to offer enough relief? It's a field that, well, for a long time, seemed to evolve quite slowly, but that's really not the case anymore. We're actually standing at the cusp of well, a significant transformation in psychiatry. It's being powered by these incredible advancements in digital health platforms, remote monitoring, and truly personalized precision medicine. So, our goal today is really to shed some light on how these breakthroughs are making mental health care more effective, definitely more tailored, and crucially, more accessible than it's ever been.
Okay, let's unpack this. And just so you know, this discussion is brought to you by SEBERS Medical at blossomtms.com, who are leading the way in advanced TMS technology.
You've really hit the nail on the head there. This isn't just a small step. It's genuinely one of the most profound shifts, I'd say, psychiatry has seen in, well, decades. And right at the heart of this whole digital revolution, playing an increasingly central role, is transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS. Now, for a while, it was maybe considered a bit more specialized, perhaps even niche, but now it's rapidly becoming a frontline solution, especially for people battling treatment-resistant depression and a range of other complex neuropsychiatric conditions. These next 5 years are going to be absolutely critical. They're really going to define TMS's permanent and expanding place within modern mental health care.
That's quite a statement. One of the most profound shifts in decades. We know that for many years, mental health care has largely relied on psychotherapy and medication. And look, those are incredibly effective for a huge number of people. But what were some of the maybe fundamental limitations that really push researchers and clinicians to start looking for something new, something more? Because we've also seen this huge growth in digital health tools recently, things like wearable devices, AI screening apps, telepsychiatry. These have certainly, expanded psychiatry's reach, made it easier to gather real-time patient data and deliver care remotely. But these tools, helpful as they are, they can't address every underlying issue, can they?
That's a really crucial distinction you're making. While psychotherapy and medication are, foundational and they work very well for many, their limitations become, well, painfully clear for those patients who just don't respond to those first-line treatments. I mean, imagine the frustration, the last time, the sheer emotional toll of trying one medication after another or years of therapy only to get inadequate relief. It's tough. Now, digital tools, they're brilliant at expanding access and monitoring, yes. They mainly manage symptoms, provide logistical support, but they can't directly address the biological underpinnings of the illness, the actual brain circuitry or neurochemistry that's, well, gone awry. And that's precisely where TMS steps in. With its ability to non-invasively target specific brain regions implicated in these conditions, it just seamlessly integrates with its evolving digital infrastructure in psychiatry. So when you combine TMS with the data-driven insights we get from these digital tools, it has the potential to become not just another treatment option, but a core, precise element of what we're now calling precision psychiatry. It really fundamentally changes how we approach the brain's health. We're moving beyond simply managing symptoms to truly targeted interventions.
Right, that blend of digital reach and biological targeting,
Right.
that makes this so compelling. And for you, our listener, the really exciting part is that we're not just talking about distant theories here. These are tangible changes. They're happening now and in the very near future. This idea of personalization in TMS treatment, it sounds almost futuristic. How exactly is that going to work? What will it mean for individual patients on the ground?
Yeah, personalization is absolutely at the forefront of this evolution. It's pushing us way beyond the old trial and error methods that have, frankly, frustrated both clinicians and patients for far too long. In the next 5 years, we're going to see a significant shift driven by what we call biomarkers and neuroimaging, basically, measurable biological signs and advanced brain mapping tech. We're talking about things like detailed brain scans, maybe even genetic markers that will help clinicians tailor the treatment frequencies, the intensities, even the precise placement of the coil for TMS sessions. Imagine a patient who maybe in the past might have spent years trying different meds. Now with personalized TMS, their treatment could be precisely calibrated to their unique brain signature right from day one, potentially getting significant relief in weeks, not months or years. That's a profound shift in the patient experience and in the outcomes.
That level of targeting really does sound revolutionary. It moves us from sort of educated guesswork to truly precise interventions. But okay, a treatment isn't just one moment, right? It's a whole journey. So what happens after that initial tailoring? How do these digital tools keep the treatment on track? How do they keep it responsive throughout the whole course of therapy?
That's an excellent question because that integration with digital platforms is absolutely key. It's key to optimizing treatment in real time. Think about the rich data we can collect now. Wearable devices, tracking everything from sleep patterns to mood fluctuations, even heart rate variability. They can offer incredibly valuable continuous data for adjusting TMS sessions. So instead of just relying on, say, weekly check-ins, clinicians will have this dynamic stream of information. And in the very near future, these digital platforms might even recommend real-time adjustments based on that data, allowing clinicians to monitor how a patient is responding and modify the treatment with really unprecedented accuracy. Imagine your own health data actively informing and optimizing your care. It creates this continuous feedback loop, ensuring the treatment is always precisely what you need. It makes care really dynamic, highly responsive.
It's fascinating to think about that level of continuous responsive care. And what's equally intriguing, I think, is that TMS isn't just staying in its current lane, limited to the conditions it's currently approved for. It seems like it's expanding into new territory, which implies hope for an even wider spectrum of individuals.
Precisely, yes. While TMS is currently FDA cleared for conditions like depression and OCD, the research landscape is incredibly active and very promising. We're seeing extensive research exploring TMS for a much wider array of conditions, things like PTSD, bipolar disorder, various substance use disorders. There's even some, intriguing work being done on its potential for cognitive enhancement. So the projection is significant. Within 5 years, psychiatrists might well integrate TMS as a first-line option for multiple conditions. And this would be supported by those digital tracking systems we just discussed, the ones that ensure accountability and measurable outcomes. This means, a wider range of conditions could soon benefit from this non-invasive targeted approach, moving beyond the current scope and offering new avenues for relief.
It sounds incredibly promising, definitely, for a wider range of conditions, but are there any particular areas where the research is proving maybe more challenging, or where TMS might not be the best fit, even with all these advancements?
That's a crucial point to consider, absolutely.
Right.
While the potential is vast, it's not, a magic bullet for everything. For instance, some very severe psychiatric conditions, ones with highly complex or maybe diffuse neurological underpinnings, they might still require a more comprehensive approach than just TMS alone. Also, for individuals with certain types of metal implants near the head or specific seizure disorders, TMS might be contraindicated. So safety first, always. The research challenges often lie in identifying the very specific neurological targets for some less understood conditions, or maybe in designing protocols that are robust enough to deliver consistent results across very diverse patient groups. It's really about understanding where TMS excels and where it serves best as one powerful tool among many, which again is where that precision psychiatry model really comes in, knowing exactly when and how to deploy each intervention effectively.
Right, that kind of nuanced understanding is absolutely vital. Okay, so this all sounds incredibly promising, offering more personalized, data-driven, effective care for a broader range of conditions. But as with pretty much any advanced medical treatment, the question of access often comes up, doesn't it? How will these advancements actually address the practical reality of getting this care to the people who truly need it?
You're hitting on a very real and very significant challenge there. Historically, one of the biggest hurdles to psychiatric innovation has been cost, and consequently, insurance coverage. However, there's actually very positive news on this front. Insurers are increasingly expanding coverage for TMS. This has happened as the outcomes data continues to grow stronger, more compelling. It's demonstrating its efficacy and also its cost effectiveness over the long term. And those digital platforms we've been discussing, they also play a crucial role here too. By streamlining patient reporting, providing clear, quantifiable data on progress and improvements, providers are better equipped to show measurable improvements that directly support reimbursement claims. So if we connect this to the bigger picture, what it means is this innovative care becomes a reality for more people across the United States and potentially even beyond. It helps break down those financial barriers you see, and helps ensure that advanced treatments aren't just reserved for a select few.
That's good to hear about insurance expanding. Are there any other maybe innovative models for delivery or funding being explored? Things that could further democratize access to this kind of advanced care?
Absolutely. Beyond just traditional insurance routes, we are seeing explorations into other models. Things like regional treatment centers, for example, places where the expensive equipment and the specialized personnel can be shared across a wider community, which helps reduce overhead costs. There's also potential for public health initiatives to maybe subsidize treatment for underserved populations, recognizing the long-term societal benefits of improved mental health. That's a bigger picture view. Furthermore, as the technology itself becomes more streamlined and perhaps even more portable over time, well, we might see TMS integrated into more primary care settings eventually. That would make it much more convenient, less specialized, easier to access. It's really about finding diverse avenues to bring this powerful therapy closer to everyone who stands to benefit.
That really does broaden the horizon for access, thinking about those different models. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today. For our listener who might be feeling a sense of hope hearing about all these advancements, how would you really articulate the core difference between what we've seen in psychiatry historically and this true paradigm shift we're discussing now? What does it really mean?
I think it's a fundamental rethinking of mental health treatment, truly. The future of psychiatry, particularly with TMS playing such a key role, isn't just about, innovation for innovation's sake. It's more profound. By aligning so closely with digital health technologies, TMS bridges this critical gap. It connects traditional psychiatry, which often relies on subjective reporting, broader medication approaches with neuroscience-driven care where we can objectively target and modify brain activity. And this synergy, it offers several key benefits that fundamentally redefine treatment. First, it's highly evidence-based. TMS has consistently shown durable results, significantly reducing relapse rates compared to medication-only approaches for many people. That's huge. Second, it's non-invasive. Unlike, say, electroconvulsive therapy, ECT, which requires anesthesia and carries more systemic side effects, TMS doesn't. That makes it safer and much more accessible. And finally, and this is crucial, it offers measurable outcomes. Those digital tools allow clinicians to quantify patient progress with really unprecedented clarity. This creates that continuous feedback loop we talked about, reinforcing treatment efficacy and helping tailor care moment by moment. So this synergy between digital psychiatry and neuromodulation therapies, it truly positions TMS as a foundational element for the next generation of psychiatric care. It's moving us into an era of precise, personalized, and genuinely effective mental health solutions.
It really does reshape our understanding of what's achievable in mental health care. So to bring it all together for you, our listener, it's pretty clear that psychiatry is rapidly evolving into what we could almost call a digital-first discipline. And within this transformation, TMS, which was once considered maybe more of an alternative option, seems poised to become a cornerstone of evidence-based, precision-guided care. I mean, from using biomarkers to tailored treatment to the seamless integration with telehealth and digital monitoring, the entire treatment landscape is shifting rapidly. It's redefining what it means to care for the brain with accuracy and compassion.
Absolutely. And the next 5 years, they're not just about new technology appearing on the scene. They are about redefining what it truly means to treat the brain with accuracy, safety, and, yes, compassion. But as these technologies advance and become more integrated, it raises questions too, doesn't it? What new ethical considerations might arise, and how will they perhaps challenge our very definition of mental well-being and even brain health in the years ahead? It's certainly a fascinating area to consider as we move forward.
Absolutely. Definitely plenty of food for thought there. Thank you for joining us on this exploration today. And if you're interested in learning more about TMS technology and its role in the future of psychiatry, you can visit blossomtms.com. That's brought to you by SEBERS Medical. We'll be back soon with another look into what's new and what's next.